Yeah, there are so many things that I wanted to cover, but I guess we'll do a bootcamp day 1.2, and we'll just go through structure again with more examples, because just imagining this, I can imagine 15 different scenarios, and each one playing differently. A random week can change the whole story of the market. But yeah, where did we left? Yeah, so again, this would be an FBO. Yeah, we know all that, right? What is this? Okay, this will be FBOS. This will be inducement, and this will be a full BOS, true BOS, or key BOS.
Hello, please. I have a question to ask. A quick one, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. I wanted to. Oh, sorry. Let me clean that. So, when you said this, this one here is the FBOS.
Yeah. Wait. Can someone mute themselves? Yeah, I'll try. I'll find you, bro. Can you mute Nick, Brian? Brian?
Yeah, man.
Can you mute like everyone except for Manson?
It's already mute.
Okay, so okay, Manson, let's go. Bro, you're muted. You.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is what I was saying. Where I have kept that red line, you said that's the FBOS, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I wanted to ask, is it this low that is the inducement, or it is this one? This one.
Yeah, the low that created that fake breakout structure is an inducement. Not even an inducement, but it is inducement liquidity. That's what Yusuf calls it. But yeah, the inducement is the move that sweeps the people out. You understand?
Okay.
It's always the last breakout structure.
Okay, but how do we easily determine that that break to the upside, as in this one, is the FBOS?
Yeah, so I told you 3 scenarios before. It's either liquidity, lines of liquidity, or it is not efficient, which means that this low would be above this high, or it wouldn't touch equilibrium, which would mean 50%. Can you delete the red thing? It is the 50% of this guy, all right? And or another breakout structure is a small displacement. That's all there is to it. Do you get it? We'll go to examples. Don't worry. I'll show you. So
okay, sure, thank you.
Polish trader, the low after inducing FBOS and it's becomes strong low. Yes, this guy should be safe to trade unless we are sweeping external liquidity from the other side and mitigating demand. What would it mean if we had a supply here? Random. Can you tell us, like, anyone? Let's say Guillermo. Yeah,
there we go, liquidity.
Exactly. If we are sweeping external liquidity and mitigating supply, the whole scenario changes, right? Then this would be the FBOS, this would be the inducement, and then this, wait, what? FBOS, nice. And this would be the true BOS, right? And price will do this and reverse. So yes, if we are in the super extreme pricing or the daily bias, higher time frame, all lines up with us, we can take a trade off here. But the optimal entry in future for us will be here on the inducement, here, 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 and here. So I hope that answers your question. and we can go to the last one, which is my main reversal entry model. Not main, but it works, and it's good, you know. So in this case, the FBOS is a real BOS at the end of the day, right? But still, it's still called an FBOS. Don't ask me why. I wasn't the guy who created this, but yeah, it's still an FBOS. This becomes key BOS. And this becomes an inducement. Inducement. Is coffee made in China? Let me check. Is coffee made in China? Yes, top 20 providers for the world. So yes. So in this case, what is happening? Obviously, every reversal that breaks a structure is a liquidity sweep or something from the left. It's never random, right? So let's say we have an even external liquidity. It's fine. We have external liquidity that was taken out from sell side, and now we are tapping into a supply on the buy side. So if you can imagine it, what's happening is this, right? And we are taking it all out. That's why we have this reversal. But the supply is valid though. So so for example, in this case, that supply would have liquidity lying below it. That's the reason why they don't need to do a FBOS anymore, because there's already enough liquidity for that. The only reason why they do this is, again, obviously, to engineer new liquidity, because that POI doesn't have any or doesn't have enough liquidity. So, and the smart money traders would see this as a flip zone, right? Let's say this is their violation block. This is the OB that created this breakout structure, and that was respected. And this is the OB that broke the structure to the downside. In that case, this becomes smart money trap. As simple as that. Same for this guy, FBOS, key BOS. Oh no. Oh, don't come here with auto transfer. Yeah, it is auto transfer. You're correct. But that's not important. Important is that this is a smart money trap. This is a smart money trap. And then all get deleted. So we can go to the next slide. And this is also our last slide. And we'll do some baby testing. Yeah, let's go. I hope it's in the correct. Yeah, so this is one example before we jump in the mission, right? So as I told you, for the POI to do an FBOS, it most probably doesn't have any liquidity or very little liquidity below it. What does it mean? Yeah, breakout structure, all right? And this is the last liquidity. What is this liquidity? I teach it as lit, that's one thing. Structural liquidity, that's second thing. SNR, that's another thing. Break and retest, right? All of them line up here. And I don't know what's going on in SSC world, but I believe there are some beginners who will think this is a breakout structure, or this is a breakout structure, this was caused by this, and they'll wait, this is, oh, this is perfect. This becomes their liquidity, right? Equal high, equal lows, and they get swept right here. What happens then? Price doesn't have enough liquidity for this. And by the way, let's test your eyes. Why is price going here? Why is price targeting this area?
Inefficiency?
Yeah, exactly. On higher time frame, this would be maybe efficient already, because we will have a wick. This is 1 hour. Imagine this is 4 hour, all right? This buy to sell. Then there will be a wick here, the wick will be connected, right? But on 1 hour, right, this is still, this area for this range is efficient already. But if we look in fractal standpoint, we have, right, everything connects, then bam, inefficiency. That's the ideology behind FVG. But FVG is not fully inefficiency, as it's not a whole concept. No, but this was discovered by I don't know who, but it's pretty recent. So yeah, so price doesn't have enough liquidity, and now what we do. And this was 18th of September, if you ask. And you were wondering why this high was protected and why I was scaling in cells from here. Right? We have a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So up to this point, this is our external, this is our external. All right. We sweep the external. We sweep the, oh wait. Yeah, perfect. So we sweep the external, right? And then we sweep it again. So up to this point, we knew that we are in a supply that doesn't have enough liquidity. Of course, we are going to anticipate that this is an FBOS for us. And as I said before, we'll jump on the inducement as a trade. I missed this guy, but of course, this will become protected. It was not confirmed until then. Of course, it has to break structure, but in future, when you get enough experience, you'll know and you'll just start going down. So yeah, have a nice day, Fatsundo. Okay. And yeah, so FBOS, inducement, true BOS. As simple as that. And now, yeah, so that's enough for this presentation. Oh, no, for this picture. And now we can test out some other pictures. And this will be you guys testing yourself. You know, I'll say random names and you will just annotate on the screen if you want. You can talk. But yeah, so who was talking before? Okay, Manson. Let's test Manson. And
Yes,
imagine
sir.
this is a live market, okay? Where do you think
Okay.
is the FBOS? And this is even trickier because you'll see why. Where is the FBOS? Where might be the true POS and what is most likely to be induced? So you start with identifying liquidity, yeah? And for more context, this is a sweep of a 4-hour external liquidity, right? And the flow is bullish. As you can see here, we have a bullish breakout structure, okay? So what is most probably gonna, no, what is the first breakout structure that you see, the most recent one that I didn't mark? And we are bullish.
Okay, is this one here? Just a minute. Let me use my other things. Really?
No. Even above it? It's, no, it's this guy, right? Is it a breakout structure? True or true? Is it right? And it is even a double breakout structure. Okay, then where do you have your last sell side liquidity?
Hello, Mylan.
Yeah, do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, where is the last sell side liquidity? The most recent. Imagine that you're in this price action right now. What liquidity point would you look at to be sought as from sell side? Because you're bullish again. Yeah, that's one point. And there's one more. Yeah, exactly. Shanks. Nice. It's exactly this guy, right? Okay, now why is this guy liquidity? You see, this lining up with support resistance. This lines up with break and retest. This is for us to see a new structural point. If we go to this 1 minute, by the way, so let's imagine this is 15 minutes, okay? And on 1 minute, they would see a normal structure. They see regular structure, they see mitigation, right? Mitigation. So this whole thing is built up, by the way. So this guy, and why this guy? As I said before, 50%, we can even take this guy and take, let's say this guy. This somewhere here would be a 50%, right? And then inefficiency is pretty okay. This would be considered efficient already for me. So this is an FBOS, and this will be induced most probably. And we can check the next picture. Brian? Yeah. And here you see, again, let me draw it for you. Where is it? Yeah, this would be an F. Wait, what? Why is it so? Even though you even had two, you know, but you see, it was just a build up. Overall, that swapped this, right? This external liquidity, support and resistance, everything lining up. So this would be your inducement. No, FBOS. And this is your inducement. I don't know how to put the letters smaller, but this is KBOS. And here is the KBOS. All right. So does everyone understand it? If yes, press 1. If no, press 2. And write down your question. Yeah, ask please. What do you mean? Why, how come nobody understands? This is the simplest thing that we go through. Yeah, can you write the question or just turn your, how did you exactly, that point of buy side liquidity would get taken from there and the rest would take place? This is MSU type 1. This is the same thing that I just showed you guys before on the Telegram. But of course, you won't know how deep it will retrace. That's one thing. You can use breaker, or you can use 50%. And this line up perfectly with 50%. You check this range and this range. And yeah, you don't know. You just know it's going to be induced. And you can start positioning yourself in lower time frame entries. Yeah, so question here. So this would be MSU for continuation, right? Yeah, would you go over repricing and equilibrium? IPA is tricky. It stops me a lot. Yeah, and obviously, if you are something, if you're a wick or whatever, POI or supply demand structural point on this huge FEG, then obviously it's going to be liquidity. Why the lower one is not BOS? This, it is a BOS. This is higher time frame BOS, but yes, this is a lower time frame BOS as well.
Sebastian?
Huh?
Yeah, I got a quickly question here regarding those areas that I'm trying to mark here. Are these considered IPA?
Yes, this is inefficiency. I would just call it imbalance, just to keep it clear. Yes, this is huge imbalance.
But we consider the price efficient because it reached
yes,
the
this
height.
is all price needs to do. And after reaching this efficiency, price can just go and continue, because obviously higher time frame is more important than lower time frame. And this is considering, and this is happening because we are sweeping something major and we are getting a full release on higher time frame. So with this picture, you won't get much context, But of course, this is not an everyday situation, right? Having such huge FEG left behind. But yes, this was the day where it saw like super major liquidity and continue to go bullish.
Bro Milan, I wanna ask one question. Like, can you like draw like every maybe like 3 possible scenario we could enter if let's say like the price didn't create this yet, and then I just want to know like where should be eyeing our entry if the,
Okay, we'll get to that later. That's not important now for new people, but
okay.
imagine this is 5 minutes, okay? Let's forget this 1 minute because it works the same. It's totally the same. First, you'll position yourself in entries by entries, whatever your confirmation entry is, and you can use this whole thingy as your breaker and this as your lead point. That's one. Then, obviously, this mitigation would be tricky to take, so we'll ignore that. And then we have a BOS, FBOS, true BOS. All right, FBOS, nothing would cause the FBOS. Oh no, this would be another one. So every time price break structure to the upside, we'll consider the used point of structure liquidity, obviously. So it's gonna be this guy. When price breaks this, you're considered this gonna be liquidity and wait for MSU. Price keeps breaking up, we break this. So now we consider this our liquidity. And this is the simplest way to look at the market. This, now we had the most recent, and bam, you price induces, you can enter right away. But with this, just this picture, there's not much context, you know, because you need to know your time frame, your session, what did previous session do, so it all lines up together. And so this would be another possible buy. And after this, I don't really see any that would be super high probable for you. But yeah, if you go risky, this can be your build-up buy, right? This will be a trend line in future. And this can be entry as well, and price will just go up. But after sweeping some external, for example here, see, you can't take this build-up anymore. So it would be like 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3. You get stop, you go. Price sweeps this again, you know, and clearly there's inefficient price action here, or just tap into 50% equilibrium, sweeps this and go. Well, that's for later. No. I get it already. It's on the source. Yes. So let's go to the next example. Okay. So again, I'll give you guys 1 minute to think where the next MSU is happening. This is higher time frame supply. We are stripping pre-week low. The context is clearly bullish. Oh no, demand. Fucking stupid. Sorry. Yeah, I'm bringing that today, guys. You know, the trading is hard. And making this presentation killed half my brain cells.
Bro Milan, maybe like I could annotate what I was thinking in this picture, okay?
Okay.
So for me, what I'm seeing is like this is the first probably a fake break of structure, and then price gonna either mitigate this APA, which is obviously not 50% yet, or probably gonna induce this. So this is the first fake break of structure. It's gonna mitigate maybe 50% of this POI, and then yeah, that's what my scenario is.
Yeah, perfect. So let's see. Let's see the result, the next picture. But yes, that's the right view. You should always have few scenarios in your head. What's gonna happen? Yeah, when price is reaching your POI, of course, price could have just mitigated this and fly. That's why we jump on lower time frame and wait for our confirmations. But considering that this is just a supply, a demand, of course, this would be the only scenario that I would take it with MSU. So again, for people who didn't see it, where is it? FBOS, inducement, true BOS, jump on mitigation, whatever. So that's just it. And yeah, and as you said before, 50% would be the best to mitigate, because at the end of the day, this is just a demand. What does demand mean? It's a sell to buy, right? So this is one range, and we want 50% to reach equilibrium. And as you know, it's not Yusuf, it's Reno. there's money. There's money in the 50%. So yeah, we can go to the last picture. Oh, where was MSU explained? Can you go back like to the slide before? We are talking about it like last 20 minutes or so, but it's okay. Yeah, here you can take a picture if you want. All of these scenarios. Okay. So obviously we are now doing this, right? For a supply. And wait, by the way, the MSU can play out in the supply or in the demand. It doesn't matter whether it's before or inside of it. So let's go to the last picture, to the last two, I meant. Yeah, last two. Yeah. So this is GBP for hour. And you guys, again, have 1 minute to think about it. And we'll call it a day after this guy. So let's check out the members. Okay, we have 27 people. That's crazy. Nix. Yeah, some new people as well. Okay. So let's well, okay. Yeah, 10 minutes is more than enough. So for example, Shanks, can you show us what's happening here?
Yeah, so basically, we sweep major liquidity in here. Sorry, what is, I'm trying to find the pencil stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, it's just the clear or undo. It's it's up. It's view options and annotate.
Ah, all right. So basically, we sweep major liquidity in here. Then price went down. This is like your internal breakout structure, and this is your breaker too. So price came here into our POI, and this is like the 50% of the whole IPA in here.
Yep.
And we got the inducement actually in here on the 4H, because this is your fake boss. Price came up. It mitigated the 50% and it mitigated the break. Then it went down. This is your true boss.
Okay, good job. I didn't even see this one.
Thanks.
Yeah. So I meant in here, in the present price action, what's happening?
Oh yeah.
So, but as you said, yeah, it was correct. This is a true boss, and this was FBOS. So yeah, Shanks, it's not a coincidence. So do you see it? like in here, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Considering that we are continuing bearish.
Yeah. Ideally, we're going down, but now I say that this is like a pullback into here, then went down because we swept this IRI.
Mhm.
It came into our first range, the extreme,
Yeah.
into this one, and now we're going up. So technically, this should gone. We got a pullback in here, then went down, then down.
Okay. That's one scenario. And if you should always have prepared more scenarios for both buy and sells. So if price were to sell now, because we already reached obviously 50% of equilibrium, and we already pretty much cleared all the IPA in the market on this time frame. And let's consider this is 4 hour and this is a sweep of yearly
Measure.
liquidity. Yeah, the biggest of the biggest. So let's say price continues down here. What's the idea?
Yeah, I mean it should go down now. Yeah, I mean technically we got a fake boss actually in here, so it could and yeah.
Mhm.
I mean it's difficult to say which POI got mitigated. Maybe this one, but yeah.
Okay, I'm also seeing something.
Yep.
Hello?
Mhm. Yes, sir.
Okay, so probably maybe this can be the F boss. Then I can see some IP lining up here. Maybe price can go here before it sells down.
Yeah. Okay. So we can check the final picture, and I'll let you guys go.
I
Okay.
go to the next picture, right?
It would be a fail if this was the last one. So I'm hope that everything is gonna end well. Yeah. So as mentioned, said, what did you say again? I don't know. But this was support resistance. As I said before, this was IPA that was already filled. There's no inefficiency inside of this anymore on this time frame. Of course, on 1 hour, price is inefficient, right? Price is, let's say, inefficient. Maybe even here, 50%. But on 4 hour, which is the most significant for us for now, it's everything okay. As I said, we swept super major liquidity and we are gonna continue bearish. Of course, the scenario that Shanks told us, we buy up, we sweep this, is valid. This is a mitigation of breaker, which is liquidity in future as well. So if I were to trade that, so what happened first? After we had keep US, the MSCU cycle starts again. We'll have FBOS, we'll induce, which this lines up with support and resistance. This is break and retest. All right, everything lining up. And this would be the inefficiency for a smaller time frame, the nearest one. So yeah, so that's what happened. I'll write it down for you, just so if you didn't see.
Can I have a question?
Yes.
So you have a lead point. I'm so sorry. So you have a lead point here, and it is already taken, and it's BOS down. And do you consider this to be a new lead point?
Yes. For this guy, yes, it still lines up with the SNR liquidity. If lead point were to be taken out, at least mitigate this. Then, if we go higher, we'll sweep the whole thingy right here. But yes, this, even though this is a liquidity sweep, it's still inducing people to sell again, because this guy is no different from this guy. All right, you get it?
So do you also consider this to be a lead point as your diagram?
This? No.
Yeah, this one.
Well, yes, it's lead point, but yeah, we'll get to that later, next session, because you have to add more confidence to it, you know? If you have price action like this, of course, there's gonna be a shit ton of lit points. But why would price even reverse here, right? The whole price action is efficient. And the last point that price is seeking is this. So maybe the last point, sweep and go lower. But as I said, this whole thing is already efficient. As you can see, we connect, sell, wick, connect. Right. So the only reason why it came up again was because of this inefficiency. This buy to sell was never transferred. Do you get it? No, but yes, it is a lit point technically. But yes, so that's everything for today, guys. We'll get to more technical things from now on, from day 2, day 3. So what I would recommend to new people, I don't know, don't even trade, don't even forward test, because there's nothing to forward test, okay? The main mission and main thing you should be focusing on now, what is this? Ah, we don't need it anymore. Yeah, you can click on it, it's okay. So from now on, you should forget your smart money. And that's why I'm telling you to not trade and focus on new things. For example, today we learned MSU. So go test MSU, and we'll have another session in, I don't know, Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll see how it goes. We'll talk about sponsored candles. We are going to talk about liquidity more, external, internal. We are going to talk about lit points and many more. And in the third, we're going to talk about timing. And yeah, so hope everyone enjoyed this guy and nobody is left disappointed. Right? So have a nice day, guys.
Thank you so much, Bro Milan.
So let's close the meeting right now.
Oh, Milan!
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it so
Yeah.
much.
Thanks, brother.
Have a nice weekend, everyone.
Yeah, have a
Thank
nice
you.
weekend.
Same to you, bro. Dope presentation, by the way.
Oh no. Yeah, thanks.